under bust line ruled. This is my measurement here. I didn't go all the way. Waistline, we can give that about 17. Let me stay on 16 inches for waistline. Nice, it's looking beautiful already. Remember we said it's 17.5. Now that 17.5, simple. You want to take out what this measurement to this part is telling you. That measurement there simply says it's 7 inches for this particular mannequin. So on my bust line, that's where all the magic happens. On the bust line we go 3.5 becomes 7 inches. I'm not speaking grammar. I simply divided the 7 inches into 2. That gives me 3.5 plus seam allowance to join that piece back. That's about ½ inch. So I'm staying on 4 on that axis on my bust line. Downwards, there's this simple trick to it. On the upper bust line, whatever you've taken here, just deduct about 1 point something on the lower section and knock up to 1 on the upper section. I'll take that again. I have 3.5 as the exact measurement here. On this lower side, I'll probably be having about 2.5 or near or slightly above that. Because if this one is 3.5, the idea is when it's coming down, it curves inside. So because of that curve inside, we kind of bring the cut inside. So here we go. I'll stop at around 3.6 for this particular measurement here. Sorry, that's not 3.6. This is 2.6, not 3.6. This one is the one that is 3.5 on top. That is on the bust line. On the under bust, we have 2.6 down there. On this upper bust section, you know we already have 3.5 here as the 7 inches. On that side, we'll probably be having it as 3. That helps me form my curve. Now this line, I can take it all the way depending on the design I want to do. If my design is coming down like that, I can bring it in all the way. If my design, if I want it to come inside and when it gets out, it flares itself out, there's a simple trick to it. From around the under bust, I either bring it down straight, bring it inside, some designs come like that, or bring it outside, depending on whatever you want to do. But this is about what you're expected to do. So on this particular one, let's assume we're working with this straight down type. So with that straight down type, remember there's 1/2 inch in front, like the half for the seam allowance. So that ½ inch, I include it everywhere. There we go. On this upper section, no story, just go all the way. If you are doing the type that the cut just goes straight, you simply take this one all the way. When you are done joining, you can then cut the neck, but that's on a later time. Now let's work on how to cut this second side. From this section, the next thing is we will take our seam allowance first, ½ inch as well. Now from that section of the ½ inch for seam allowance, the next thing we're expected to do now is measure from your under bust. This is where some people get it very, very tricky. David, are you looking down? Can you see this paper I'm working on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is where some people get it very tricky. Now, if you, depending on the way the person is busty, if the person is really busty, you can start going at a variation of maybe like 2.5, 3 inches, 4 inches from your under bust. Now, if the person is not too busty, like this kind of mannequin, it's not so busty like that, you bring in the hand from about 2 inches there, about 2 inches, 2.2 is fine for people like that. If they are very busty, you need to go in further. Simple. So I will take a measurement of 2.5, that's from the underbust of this section straight to the second side. I want to try and create a C on the other side. Okay, I link both lines together. Now, where I have taken 2.5 on this axis, the lower section, on the upper section, I'll probably go to about 2 inches. I don't want the dart on this side to be too wide, so I come in slightly. Again, this is dependent on the kind of measurement you're working with. If it is a very big person, or you really need the bust cup to be very, very defined, there are other ways. You simply start increasing the way this section goes. Now, with my 2-inch take away there, I measure that and link the lines together. This is my last line on the other end, do the straight one like I said initially. Okay, so on this axis as well, I simply go up. Now this I simply go up. This is saying that whatever her shoulder is, maybe her shoulder is about 13 inches. Okay, whatever her shoulder measurement is, what we have here, if it's about 13 inches, let's see, 13 inches, because she's on the small side there, 13 inches into 2 will be about 6.5 here. Okay, if we already have on this axis about 2.5 inches here, and we're looking for a total of about 6.5, it means when I'm coming to this axis, I should still have fabric to get my shoulder out. Now, depending on how you want your fabric to go, how you want your measurement or the design. I'm saying this because some people want the shoulder to be really tiny on the axis. Network? Okay. Some people want their shoulder axis to be really tiny, while some people want it to be full. Some people even want it to drop. But the ideal one, okay, now that I've taken that space, I would leave about 3 inches on this upper section. That 3 inches should fit the ladies. Oh, I'm looking for something here. There's a, I thought I saw French. I saw one French curl here. Okay. Also, I will be required to measure her armpit space. Usually, the way we define where the armpit space is about 1 inch above, or no, 1 inch below the upper bust line. So yeah, if this lady's upper bust line is about 7, if we're saying 1 inch below the upper bust line, that means we're working with about 8 inches on that axis. I bring this line down and curve it in. Now, there is usually a slope on the shoulder axis, a slope from whatever you've gotten here. You should add a slope down there. So I'll give my slope about 1 inch. Give the slope about 1 inch. Here we go. 1 inch. Okay. And then I link them together. Yes, we're good now. Remember, that's my half